We are Track Record.
We are never finished.
What's up everyone? I know another video starting out in the garage, but today I promise we are going out into the world. We're taking the WRX out for the first time. I am so excited about this because I haven't driven this car in weeks, just because it's taken so long to get everything together and finally perfect. So today we're going to be testing the car out, driving it around, and then I definitely want to get some really nice B-roll shots of the car, because today the bumper that has been off of the car for such a long time now is going back on the front of the car. What we're going to be doing today is we're going to be cutting out this bottom grill area. I've never done this before. I've never cut up my bumper, and so I'm a little bit nervous just because there's no turning back after this, obviously. Basically what the issue is this small little grill down here it's not big enough to accommodate the huge Perrin front mount intercooler. So in order to utilize it a little bit better, we're gonna be opening up this front section just by cutting this front part out, and we're gonna be losing that. All right, so let's just get started on this. Alright, so this will allow me to kind of get a flatter surface for the Perrin overlay, and I'm going to go ahead and put that on now. Alright, cool. Doesn't have to be absolutely perfect as far as like bubbles and stuff. It's just a guide that I'm going to be following. Alright, so as you guys can tell, I'm just using a basic X-Acto, a box cutter blade. This is really all you need. What I'm just going to be doing is I'm going to be starting a first cut. That first cut is probably going to be the most important one that you make. So I'm just going to start probably on this side and see what happens. Alright, awesome. Finally, we got this thing free. So my thoughts on this side came out way better than this side did. I just had a lot of trouble on that side for some reason. I think probably because I'm right-handed and I just couldn't get a good angle, and I kept slipping on this corner right here, so kind of screwed that up, but not a huge deal. This one's much cleaner, this cut overall. What I am going to do now is go ahead and sand down this edge right here so it's not so rough and crappy looking, just to get these little plastic bits off. So I can clean that up quite a bit. It's going to look really, really cool and aggressive on the car. I'm excited to clean this up and get it back on the car, and then we're going to get some awesome B-roll shots of the car with the new look. Alright, so one thing that I didn't mention when I was putting on this front mount intercooler is that I may actually need to cut some of the fog light bezeling on the inside for this to fit, because these pipes are coming out pretty far. So I'm going to try and just kind of like retrofitting it right now just to see how far I can get without actually making those cuts. But then if I do have to make them, then I'll show you guys what I do. Alright, yeah, it's pretty clear. I'm going to have to cut this side, the inside of the bezels, and then I might have to cut a little bit out of that side as well, but that one's fitting a lot better. This one is going to definitely need a lot of cutting. So I'm gonna get to doing that. All right, so what I did is I just popped off my fog light bezel right here just so I don't cut that accidentally, because it's essentially right up the back right here, but I'm just gonna focus on this section right here. Get this unplugged. Things to note before you start cutting, remember this all has structural integrity. So this fog light is held in by this pillar here, and that's attached at, you wanna make sure that that's attached at least like 3 places before you start cutting holes and things. And also mind your clip entry points that you don't damage those. So I'm just gonna be going around and hopefully just cutting off just enough. That looks good. Everything still is sturdy and in good shape. All right, so the bumper is finally on. It was a little difficult to get on, to be honest. It is an extremely tight fit, especially on this side. Getting these corners to snap in was pretty difficult. But it's all on now, so I'm gonna go ahead and screw this back on, and then we should be done. All right, everything is done. It is finally ready to drive. I am so excited. So we're gonna take it out and see how it does. And then we'll hopefully be able to get some B-roll shots before it gets too dark, because I really wanna show off and show you guys this, this front setup. One thing that I will say that I wish I should have done, that I wish I did, was cutting off these tabs right here. They're kind of ugly, and I could have easily cut them off. I might still do it, just really carefully, because I can still access them pretty easily. But that's the only thing. Everything else is looking really good. So let's go. All right, we are driving. This is so awesome. I miss driving this car so much. Everything seems pretty much okay, except you can hear the hold on one second. Except as you can hear, the seatbelt chime is, since I unhooked the battery, I gotta turn that off. It's just a simple clicking in and clicking out of the seatbelt like 20 times in 10 seconds or something like that. I don't know. So I gotta do that to turn that off. But everything else seems okay. I'll explain more when I get to the spot. All right, so I'm at the spot right now. I'm gonna get some shots in a second, but really quick, I just want to say everything seems okay. I'm assuming it's going to get a lot better with the tune, obviously. There was one point where I was sitting at a stoplight and the idle was a little rough. It worried me a little bit, but it kicked back in and everything was fine. So you guys will be seeing the tune, I think this next Monday. You guys will see everything that happens. So for me, it's happening very soon. So I am super pumped about it, but I'm gonna get out of the car and get some B-roll shots just to show you guys what the car looks like right now. Alright, so I hope you guys enjoyed this one today. Got to take out the car for the first time, and it was just a really, like, it had been too long, so I'm really glad I got to do that and show you guys what it looks like with the bumper. So the tune is coming up really soon. I am so stoked about that. Don't miss that one, because it's gonna be a big video. You guys will probably see that this upcoming Monday. And yeah, let's get this thing on E85 and get it tuned and make some awesome power. So as always, we are never finished, and we will catch you guys in the next one.